as a bridal consulting intern, I was really working hand in hand with the consultants each day. At the beginning of the day, we would get paired up with a full-time consultant after the morning meeting, where we would kind of go over the sales and the expectations for the day. And so myself and the consultant would go pick up our first bride, go through the initial consulting, which really got a feel for what the bride was looking for, her personality, what the wedding was going to be like. And from there, we would go into the stock room, out on the main sales floor, and grab dresses. And that's always the fun part, kind of getting to explore and find all the fun gowns that might work for this bride. So then after that, we would move into the trying on phase, where we would help the bride in and out of the dresses. And we would also take them out onto the floor to show the families. And then if the bride ultimately decided to say yes to the dress, I, as an intern, was in charge of going over the contract information, making sure she understood the return policies, the fittings, and then I would take her over to the financial services to really kind of pay for the dress. Overall, it was a very customer-facing experience, and that was one of the best parts of it. In terms of the degree for this career, as an intern, you really just need a passion for the retail industry and not necessarily a degree. However, if you wanted to go into bridal consulting full-time, I would highly recommend either doing a sales degree, a marketing degree, or some sort of apparel merchandising, because you are working hand in hand with the product every single day. So having a really good understanding of what types of laces, what types of silhouettes there are, all of these little things add up, and you would really get that information through an apparel merchandising degree. However, it's also very sales-based. Well, at least in my position, it was commission-based. So as a commissioned salesman, you really need to be able to sell your product and know how to work with people, and I think through a sales degree, you would really get that experience. So for me personally, getting into this internship, I'm a marketing major and I'm minoring in apparel merchandising, which, as I mentioned before, are both really good pathways to getting into kind of the bridal consulting or any retail position in general. So I've been taking a lot of classes that help me learn about different marketing tactics, different design, which design isn't a huge portion of it, but it is still important to know how to market a product if you're going to be selling it. And then in terms of apparel merchandising, I've been taking classes that teach me about textiles, that teach me about the retail basics, retail math, that really have given me the hard skills. But additionally, I've taken a lot of courses that teach me softer skills, like business presentations, business communications, which honestly could potentially be more valuable in my opinion, because like I said, it's very customer facing. So you're working with people from all over the country, even potentially from around the world. So having this background of the hard skills from different classes combined with the soft skills from other classes has really allowed me to get to where I am today. My favorite part of my internship, in some ways, was definitely getting to try on all of the dresses. That's always a fun benefit of being an intern. We would get to try them on for the little morning runway shows to show the rest of the consultants the new dresses that we had just gotten in the week before. But on a more serious note, I really, really loved getting to make the connections that I did with not only the brides, but also my coworkers, because everyone's really working together in that setting to find the perfect dress for the bride. So consultants aren't really competing against each other as much as they are helping. So if someone was in the back sales room and had a dress in mind that they just couldn't quite find or quite put their hand on, another consultant was right there to help them out. So getting to make these really deep connections between the consultants and the brides was honestly an experience that I'll never forget, and something that I really am looking forward to finding again in my next internship. Don't give up on what you're looking for. In the past, it's really easy to get discouraged. I know I was, whenever I kept hearing no from certain places just because I was a sophomore or because I didn't quite have the exact experience that they were looking for. But don't give up, because if you do, you're going to miss out on some amazing opportunities. And if I would have stopped looking for an internship because of my age or because of my previous work experience, I would never have ended up at Kleinfeld. And it was one of the most life-changing experiences I've ever had.